Hello. All right, let's take a look at this question here. Says sales of a new model of compact disc player are approximated by this function, where S of x is the appropriate units, and x represents the number of years the disc player has been on the market. This is find the sales during year 0. Ugh. I say yick because I'm just going to change it up a little bit here for my own benefit. I really like to use the t when you're talking about time, so I'm just going to make believe that we have a t there. Sales at time t, number of years. Okay, so here we have it. I know it's picky, but whatever. Okay, we'll answer the same question. So, okay, when we put it in 0, right? So, answer the first part. Find the sales during year 0. S in year 0 is equal to, maybe an x would be better. It's just 1,000 minus 800 times e to the minus 0. Okay, so that's just 200 because we get 1,000 minus 800. Okay. Part B. How many years will in how many years will sales reach 900 units? So that means we have to write down this question. So we're going to find t with, well, let's see, we're going to reach 900 units. We want s of t. To reach it, let's just set it equal to 900. So that's the question. Translate it into an equation. And we're going to find out what t is. Okay, so if I do that, if I write down the equation now with s of t, so we have 1,000 minus 800 times e to the negative t. We want to know what is that equal to? 900. Okay, let's try to solve this and see what t is. All right, so I should first subtract the 1,000 from both sides, leaving me with negative 800 times e to the minus t being equal to a negative 100. And now, dividing both sides of this equation by negative 800, we see that e to the minus t is equal to 1/8. Okay. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take the logarithm of both sides of this expression. If I take the logarithm of both sides, the natural logarithm, then I get negative t is equal to the natural logarithm of 1/8. And so t is equal to the negative of the logarithm of 1/8. All right, now I'm going to pull out my handy calculator here, see what that value is. Now that I've solved this expression, see if I have all that stuff. Okay, do I have the, ooh, I just have the log. Come on now, I have to have the natural log in here somewhere. Oh, I don't want to use that. I don't want to actually use the logarithm here. So I'm going to just get out a calculator here. I'm using the one on my phone, and I'll check into it here later. And okay, I'm switching to the fancy one now. Where the heck is that? Oh, I can't play it. All right. Well, I guess I'm stuck. So I'm gonna have to use the. We'll check that off. So this is kind of good to do. So right here, I don't want to take that route. I want to choose a different route. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, rather than taking the natural logarithm, I'm going to take the logarithm of both sides. So the log, I recommend that you use the natural log whenever you're dealing with e to the t. But if I take the logarithm of e to the minus t, it's still equal to the logarithm of 1/8. Okay. And now I can use the properties of the logarithm function to get minus t times the logarithm of e, which is very strange to look at because it's not 1, okay, of 1/8. So I get the answer that t eventually is equal to the following. It's the logarithm of 1/8 divided by the logarithm of e, and then there's a minus sign in front of it. And now I can use the machine at hand that I have here. I'm sure I can, somewhere in this object there's a natural logarithm, but I only have this log here, so let's use that. Okay, so I'm going to take the logarithm of 1/8. Let's do that. 1 divided by 8. Okay. And then I'm going to divide that by the logarithm of, no, it's going to look weird, but I'm going to have to put e to the, just e. Oops. All right, e to the 1 power. This is looking very odd, but this is what we get here. And of course, what I'm going to get here, the answer is going to be the negative of what I have here, because, well, maybe I can put that in there. Maybe I can put the minus sign somewhere. Well, I guess I can. So I'm just going to hit enter. And I get negative 2.8. Okay, so the answer is actually 2.8. So t should be 2. So after 2 years, here the approximate solution is actually t is equal to 2.08. So you'd have to wait 2 years. Okay. Okay, let's go back up to the next one here. It says, will sales ever reach 1,000 units? Now look at the expression. You see, we have 1,000 and we're subtracting off some number as the sales. Now notice that this number we're subtracting off is always positive. Okay, so it will never reach 1,000 units. Then the next thing, is there a limit on sales for this product? If so, what is it? Well, again, looking at the expression for S, you see the limit is 1,000. We can get everywhere very close to 1,000, but not 1,000 itself. So 1,000 would be the limit on sales. So I hope this helps you. Thanks.